the king.
All right, folks, thank you for joining me once again on the Lookout Guy podcast. I am Michael Tobin, your Lookout Guy, and it is Mother's Day weekend, the 13th of May right now, Saturday, 2023. Happy Mother's Day, Mom, and say hello to Jesus for me. And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. We have a special Mother's Day episode today with an interview with Kimberly Ward, and I also have some music from her, 2 songs, Letting Go and It Was Insanity, and that followed by my good friend in Minnesota, Ricky Davis. Both Ricky Davis and Kimberly Ward. Kimberly is from North Carolina. They are finalists over the years for a lot of their songs, songwriting, and things like that. This year they were nominees and finalists with the International Singer-Songwriters Association. And we already have all of our finalists, and it is all in the judges' hands right now. But the awards ceremony will be in Atlanta, Georgia, at the Sandy Springs Convention Center in Atlanta on the 5th of August. And Kimberly and Ricky Davis plan on being there, as well as our surprise guest today, feature of his music. He's got all kinds of finalists categories right now: songwriting, a couple of songs, Dreams, and one of his solo project songs, as well as You're My Blues. So I have got Anthony Train Caruso. His year has just been phenomenal. He keeps getting one award after another, and he actually just got one last night from one of the Red Carpet Awards, I believe it's called. But he is up for quite a few, and I have got him a project that Anthony Train Caruso started, and you can go to Facebook and look up his name and join his page, as well as Ricky Davis and Kimberly Ward. But Anthony Train Caruso, once a week for the past 4 weeks, has been breaking down his song You're My Blues, the lyrics, one lyric at a time. So I've got 4 of them, and he's got a couple more to do, and you can follow his updates on that song. And this is, when I saw that, I was like, this is just as good as an interview. For the past year, I haven't been able to actually schedule interviews like in a professional manner, and I could do that with Anthony Train Caruso, but I would still have to dedicate to a day, and I'm still unable to do that. But I got excited because I'm like, this is the kind of thing that you ask a person during an interview, so he answers these questions about this particular song. So it's awesome. I put it up. I edited it. I submitted it to Anthony last night. Asked him if he minds if I use it, and he said go ahead. So that's really cool. So he's going to break it down, and after that, I will be playing his song, You're My Blues. Before that is going to be Ricky Davis, special song for Mother's Day. He wrote for his own mother, I believe in 2021, Angel in My Dreams. And going back, following my interview with Kimberly Ward, her 2 songs, Letting Go and It Was Insanity, all on the Lookout Guy podcast.
Yeah, hi, how are you?
Good, how are you doing, Kimberly?
I'm doing wonderful.
Well, Kimberly, thank you for joining me on my podcast. It's been since February, so February, March, April, May, about 4 months since I interviewed you last. I remember we prayed that you'll get all your goals. How are your goals going?
Well, they're coming along. I've had a very busy 5 months. Wasn't all music, but maybe 30-40%, yes.
Well, that's good. You know what?
So that's something to write for her songs. Always have song ideas.
Yeah. Are your 2 latest songs Letting Go and It Was Insanity?
Actually, no. Interesting enough, it was Vicinity is the first song I recorded. So I don't know how many I've sent you. So it was Vicinity is the first one. It was Vicinity and Every Moment were done the same year. Those are the first two I recorded. And those were done in a studio in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Okay.
And since then, I've recorded, well, total songs has been 10, but I have to say 2 of those were not mine. You know, Christmas songs like Silent Night, things like that.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of new things in the works right now for the rest of the year. Excited with music.
Awesome. Well, I remember the last song that I played was I Want to Be Free. Is that how it's titled? I Want to Be Free?
Oh, yeah, it's called Just Want to Be Free.
Just Want to Be Free. Yeah, that is an awesome one. Good one for the 4th of
Thank
July,
you.
especially.
Well, I think a lot of people can relate to that. Like, I just want to be free from a job or whatever, or a marriage. It could be anything, really.
Exactly. Yeah, actually, I was listening to your song, not It Was Sanity, but Letting Go. And I noticed that you got pretty creative in that because you had, like, background statements that you were saying, as well as the lyrics and the melody and all that. But I encourage my listeners to go to Kimberly Ward's YouTube and wherever streaming is. I want to get it out there. How can people find your music? I noticed on your website also that you had a couple of CDs on there that people could purchase.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's
pretty cool.
Thank you. Now I get to talk about all kind of these topics because I got CDs in Nashville yesterday, so I'm really geared up. Okay, here we go. First of all, I want to say Letting Go has 2 versions out there. So I don't know which one. You might have heard the initial one. Okay, the initial meaning is more like okay, I call it my gospel song, but the real gospel version is the one from 3 years ago. And her name's LaDonna. She sang with me. She's in Nashville. She did a lot of background vocals. So that one's good. I liked it. And then I'm doing speaking parts. And then we have the Letting Go, it came out, let me see, what year? 2021. At the end of, I think I released it like November 2021. And Levi Kobe sang some background with that one. Yeah, there's a couple of things that were changed in the second version.
Okay.
I have a website. It's www.kjwardmusic.com.
Awesome.
Yes, that's right.
Well, you've been with International Singer-Songwriters Association, I think probably since the beginning, 2021.
I have been. I could go back and name some names.
You're a pioneer, so that's year 2. I was in it on year number 4.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I was into it for 2020, but I went to the 2021 awards last year, which was pretty neat. Oh, but speaking of ISA, you've already had 2 of your songs as finalists over the years, right? With the ISA awards.
Well, last year, unfortunately not for this year. I was nominated in 4 categories, like Songwriter of the Year, things like that. But not quite in the finalist. I found out this week, so I was like, "What?"
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm happy. Still, I got nominated. But,
it all depends. It all depends on people on your social media if they want to go and vote and everything. And I don't think listeners and fans realize how important it is to vote. But what I tell people as a caveat is that when you go to ISA to vote, you don't have to sign up for anything. You just vote, and it counts it. So
we can vote once a day.
People don't have to worry that they have to sign up for something like everything else, pretty much. So that's one of the things I like about that.
I actually joined under, and I was going to say because of Arnold Connolly. He's in New Jersey, by the way. You might know him.
Yes, I've heard his name.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh,
he's
yeah.
a good guy.
Ricky Davis encouraged me to join up, and I found out about ISA from another group called 3 Days in the Grave, a Christian rock group here in Southern California.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, it's all word of mouth. Well, congratulations on being a nominee again and being pretty much a pioneer of ISA. And It just amazes me. There's people that have barely started writing like 1 year ago, and they're on ISA, and their music is just phenomenal. So I encourage people to go to the International Singer-Songwriters website and check it out, learn about it. If you're an artist or a singer or a writer, check it out.
And back to my song "Letting Go," I was going to mention, speaking of awards, that I got. Actually, it wasn't quite an award, but nominated in the top 10 finalists is still something to me. The top 10 finalists of "Letting Go" it's called World Songwriter Award.
Okay.
And that was in March this year.
That's awesome.
Yay. And I have another song in another contest in Holland right now, my Christmas song.
Oh, that's good. What's your Christmas song's name?
I know we're going to have Christmas in July, so I'm not kidding.
Oh, okay.
All right, let me talk about the Christmas song, because that does have to do with where I've been living for 10, 11 years here. Well, almost 12 years. New Bern, North Carolina. It's Eastern North Carolina, like 45 minutes from the beach, Eastern North Carolina. I actually worked on the song 3 years. They're like, wow, but it's a long story to this one, but there's a lot of events in New Bern. It's a historic city. Governor's Palace is there. That was the original capital. 300-something years ago. Like 320 years or something. Okay. And since I've been living there, they always have a ton of events in November and December. So I specifically wrote it about the city and the Bear Plaza where they have children events. I mentioned the Governor's Palace. There's a lot of stuff. Anyway, I'm excited. You're welcome to hear that one online. That came out about 2 years ago.
Okay,
I actually released 3 songs in 2021. That was one of them.
Yeah. Okay, you mentioned that last I read a couple days ago, you mentioned going to Nashville, and how did that go?
Oh, that was fun. That could be an hour story. A lot. First of all, I went there with my children on the first trip. And secondly, I went back. I had to get a car back, basically, and went another 2 days this week. I basically had 2 trips there in less than 8 days.
Okay. And what was your purpose?
The first trip with the children was a lot of fun and a lot of work. Okay, I had, it was just me and the kids. They're 7 and 9.
Okay.
And let me tell you, it was very comical. I did take them downtown twice at night. What mother takes their kids downtown Nashville to the actual, the main street there, all the singing.
That's when you get to see all the lights and the guitars and everything, the photo ops.
Yeah, but you got to hear this part. We were out of the car and walking down the street at almost, 11:30 at night. Now, first of all, my kids have a hard time going to sleep. My son doesn't. My daughter does. I'm like, well, bless God, Lord, they're going to sleep good tonight. And they were asleep by 1 a.m.
Wow.
I promise I'll get to the music. I thought it makes you laugh.
Yeah. Oh, well, happy Mother's... Happy...
downtown Nashville 11 at night. But me,
yeah,
like,
I could imagine it.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, it was fun because we don't go there that often together.
Yeah.
I worked in a studio. I met some other people. I've talked with some new musicians about projects and what else?
Okay, so you networked. You networked. Did you actually do any studio sampling work or
I did. I actually worked in the studio for 3 hours a week ago Saturday.
Oh, okay, that's great. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
I always do networking when I go, and then I'll meet people and new people, of course. But I'm doing a remix for one of mine. I'll keep you waiting because this is a surprise. I won't say more till probably June or July about that one.
Okay.
Well, not a total new version, but a new people singing and new instruments and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of mine.
Well, that is awesome. Killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You got to take your kids, and plus you got to network and do a little studio work in Nashville.
Yeah, we were there 5 days on that trip, and the second one I was there 2 days by myself. Okay. It was a short 2 days, but...
Okay. Well...
Oh, yeah, that's a fun story, like leaving the luggage in a motel room. I didn't know till I was at the airport. All kinds of fun stuff's happened. a few stressful things. And, well, how can I forget this one? Taylor Swift was there last weekend. How would I know she'd be there the weekend I go? Jimmy Parker's a friend of mine in music. You might know of him. He's really good singer.
Okay.
Matter of fact, Jimmy and I go way back. I don't mean like friends forever type thing, but I mean, I met him the first time I ever went to Nashville. It's not like, oh, I have to meet Jimmy. I just didn't know we met through another friend in the studio. But anyway, I called Jimmy last weekend and sent him messages. I'm like, did you know who's here this weekend? And I thought he said 50,000 people. He said, no, 500,000 people. And last 3 days of the whole weekend.
Wow.
So, yeah, by the time I took my kids for the second time that weekend downtown, it was, oh, yeah, my son is out the window. The windows are down, of course, and he goes, Mommy, there's a lot of people. It's like hundreds of people. I said, probably a couple thousand. One of the arenas there, the music arenas, I think it's a Nissan Stadium, I believe. Anyway, that was exciting because, normally you might go to Starbucks and see 5 or 10 people. When I went Sunday morning, the day we're leaving, there was probably at least 50, 60 people in there, at least.
That's crazy. I couldn't work at one of those places.
I was like, get me out of here. And the kids were on the iPads. I had my laptop out. I was working. We were doing stuff. I'm like, well, what happened is I said, we're going to leave and go to church because I wanted to go to this church anyway where I know somebody. So we charged our stuff, got my coffee, and went out of there and went to the Cowboy Church. And that was a nice time. Yeah.
Oh, the churches must be pretty cool over there, too. I can imagine it. I lived in Virginia for 5.5 years, so I got a taste of the old-time country church. There is so much to appreciate about it. And if a person in a big city in some other state could only imagine. But I was blessed when I lived in Virginia. It wasn't culture shock. I came back home after 5.5 years, and it was like culture shock. But anyways, happy Mother's Day. I'm stoked that we could have an interview because ordinarily I was like, I think I might go about two or three more weeks before I do another podcast. Then, you had messaged me and the opportunity to actually get you on the phone. It was a wake-up call because I totally forgot about Mother's Day, and I'm like, oh my God, I got to do something for Mom. So happy Mother's Day to you and all the other moms out there. And the way I wanted to start the show, of course, I didn't. But I wanted to mention Exodus chapter 20. The fifth commandment of the 10 commandments is honor thy father and thy mother. And that's after the first 4, which has all to do with God. But the first one that relates to how to behave in society is honoring your parents. So mothers and fathers have a pretty high mark as being the first of the 5 about how to conduct yourself in society, basically. Honor thy father and mother. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness. And thou shalt not covet. Basic. But honor your father and mother is right at the top of the second half of the 10 commandments. So that's pretty hardcore. Anyways.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I believe in all 10 commandments. I was taught them as a child. I went to Christian school, kindergarten to 11th grade, so I've definitely heard those quite a bit.
Yep.
A very good biblical concept.
Well, it is great to have you. I won't keep you any longer, and I have in queue your 2 songs. It was Insanity and Letting Go. And this is the first time playing those songs on the Lookout Guy podcast. So thank you again, Kimberly. Go ahead and enjoy the rest of your Friday. You got a whole weekend for Mother's Day coming up. And whatever you want to do. we won't complain for one weekend.
But yeah, thank you for having me on here. And as soon as I get the other, I'm actually working on 2 songs this summer. I'll make sure you're one of the first people to know about it. And
that'll be great. You've got my email address, so go ahead and send me any kind of audio or video files, because I could transfer video files onto my audio podcast as a video file, and it'll come out audio. So I found that out kind of late, but it was a pleasant surprise.
Okay, wonderful. I'll make sure you get them. I'm excited.
All righty. Thank you again. Happy Mother's Day, and God bless you. And looking forward to meeting you at the awards this August 5th.
Yes.
God bless.
Okay,
Thank
wonderful.
you again.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, bye-bye.
As I struggled through the hard times and wondered what was next, I knew there must have been a greater purpose for me yet. As I look back over my life and wondered what went wrong, even questioned the reasons for the trials I faced so long. Letting go of my past is what you're showing me. Letting go of my hurt is how you're healing me. Letting go of my pain is how you're mending me. Letting go of my past is what you're showing me. Letting go. I carried all these burdens and felt nowhere to turn. You placed others in my life who showed me lessons to learn. They believed in me when I was down and gave me hope renewed. It's then I'm reminded of your grace every time I seek your face. Letting go of my past is what you're showing me. When I've been fighting to hold on to all these memories that keep flooding me. Letting go of my hurt is how you're healing me. I will not be like Lot's wife and look back. Letting go of my pain is how you're mending me. I can feel the chains coming off. Letting go of my past is what you're showing me.
Kimberly Ward on the Lookout Guy podcast. Coming up is Ricky Davis, Angel in My Dreams, and Anthony Train Caruso from 308 Ghost Train on the Lookout Guy podcast.
Everybody, we're going to start with You're My Blues. The first line to the song is, "You swept me up when my heart was dust." It came to me when I was at a pretty broken place in my life, and I felt like I had disintegrated, and a new love swept in, and so that's how that line came about. Peace.
You swept me up when my heart was dust.
And the second line of the song is, "Cleaned up the mess and bandaged up my trust." Well, of course, after being disintegrated, I was completely broken mentally, physically, and spiritually. And, the love interest in my life came along and actually helped me to start to believe again. See you next week. Hey peeps, week 3 of Line by Line, the song You're My Blues. And the third line of the song, "You lit the way with fire in your eyes." Now, that came, and I get chills when I say that line, because I was mesmerized by my new love interest in such a way that I felt so deeply connected that I almost felt like hypnotized by it. And that's how that came about. If the world stopped spinning around, of course, at that point, I didn't care whether the world would stop spinning around, because I felt so, I just felt so safe. And that's the whole verse is going to be kind of like this. But if you've missed any other ones, go back and check them out and catch up with us. See you next week.
You swept me up when my heart was dust. Cleaned up the mess, bandaged up my trust. You lit the way with fire in your eyes. armor over me. You're my blues when the skies turn gray. You're the sun shining down on a cloudy day, like a rainbow dancing all across the dome. You're the sweet tea I'm sipping on. I never swam in water so deep, stood on the edge and took a leap. You brought the Superman out of me. And if this love is just a game, you'll never once hear me complain. 'Cause where I landed is finally pain-free. You're my blues when the skies turn gray. You're the sun shining down on a cloudy day, like a rainbow dancing all across the dome. You're the sweet tea I'll be sipping on. When she speaks, I hear my favorite song. When she touches me, I feel the heat. She's like 4 on the floor. She don't miss a beat. You're my blues when the skies turn gray. You're the sun shining down on a cloudy day, like a rainbow dancing all across the dome. You're the sweet tea I'll be sipping on. You're my blues when the skies turn gray. You're the sun shining down on a cloudy day, like a rainbow dancing all across the dome. You're the sweet tea I'll be sipping on. You're the sweet tea I'll be sipping on. You're the sweet tea I'll be sipping on. You sweat me up when my heart was dust. Many nights I have dreams, oh, but I don't know why you keep coming to me. Many nights I'm in a place, I see the discomfort that rests upon your face. Dreams, they seem so complicated. Is a message really cryptic, or will it turn out so simplistic? Many nights I watch your time, can't wait to close my eyes, see you in my mind. Many ways I